Tyler McGhee here, coming to you from Orange County National. Taught a player yesterday online. One of the feedback that I was getting from him as I'm sort of asking questions as we go through the session is he plays best when he feels free or feels not tense. Okay, so and then we start. I do my little checklist. Okay, where would that be coming from? Why would that happen? So with this player, one thing that would happen is as you would come through, his head would be a little bit back. Okay, so when the head's back, you'll have to force the hands to get to the impact if the head's in the, say, a back position, right? Versus being more on top of the ball, then I can let the club swing a little bit freer. The second thing was, as he was pushing off the ground, I could see his pressure would be a little bit in the left toe, and the left leg wouldn't be able to get rotated enough. Okay, so his hip, he was using all of his range in his hip really early, and because he was pushed so hard into the toe, his foot wasn't able to move out of the way so he could access more range, right? I did a video on this a while ago talking about if I have lots of hip range, I can keep going. But for me, that's about, sorry, I let that truck go by. For me, that's about the range I have into my hip, okay? So when I get to that point, well, I got two options. I can start to stand up, or I can let my foot, I can keep going to the heel and let my foot start to, arch and then go into my heel to keep letting the foot move along the ground. So the question I asked was, okay, what shoes do you have? He had spikeless, which I think is good for a lot of players. Spikeless shoes, so that gave us the option to go more heel and let the foot move. So we ended up with getting his head into a better spot, getting harder into the left heel, and then being okay with letting that foot spin. Those pieces really freed up his swing. So how that works is when I'm coming in here, so I get into my setup, I get up to the top. Okay, so as I come in, left knee moves, I'm going left heel, and then as I'm moving through the shot, I can let that foot spin to give me more room to finish my swing. Because one, if my hip stops, obviously, one, I'll be restricted. Two, I'll start cranking on my back a little bit, potentially. So we want to be able to be free through the hitting zone. I'm getting up to the top, left knee out of the way, get into that left heel, let that left heel spin a little bit through the hitting zone. Right, so I tried to smash that one. You can see my foot came up. I went a little bit into this movement of my foot into the heel, let my toes come up, give myself some free movement through the hit. Was able to deliver a nice strike. Again, using that range to save your back a little bit, not worrying too much about the footwork. I think Bryson's a great example. I think every drive he hits right now, he sort of finishes like that, foot spins all the way out. So don't be afraid to do that. At the start, it might feel a little bit awkward in the sense of your foot will be moving more than you're used to, but I think if it gives you freedom, lets you swing the club a little freer, saves your back a little bit, lots of positives. So don't be afraid to try that. Just start slow and sort of build it up and see how that feels for you getting through the shot.